Well, this is the video of the double high machine. What you're seeing here is the customer is making adjustments into the base frame of the front cut shear and the in-feed mechanism. First of all, he starts off loosening up 4 bolts with an Allen wrench. And he's got some marks on this. He adjusts those in. He's also got some guides after the front pinch rolls. His hands right now, his right hand is on the front pinch rolls that are underneath that yellow cover. And he's using a square to line that that secondary guide up off the shear blade. It's a pretty crude way to do it, and he locks it down. On later models, MRS put in pinch rolls after the shear, but he's got the square right there with his left hand is on the shear. Okay. Now he's going to come around. That right there is the conveyor. Those are the rolls that push the material down, and that's the machine. I've gone around to the other side. Now when they're getting ready to line the machine up, after they've lined up the front cut to length system, they have to take this part and they have to sit it on that conveyor. And they take the conveyor now and they line it up. Slide the material in and make sure that it's lined up, and then they roll it up inside of the first set of rolls. Okay. The machine uses 16 roll stations. That's pretty exciting footage there. Uses 16 roll stations, has 3 roll bands right here that go round and round. What you're seeing there is the pneumatic cylinder that lifts that unit up or down, lets it back down. They have a rod that goes across from one side to the other. You see the little button there they push to lift it. They have a rod that goes from one side of the machine to the other. They're able to pull out when they're lifting or lowering it, and then they slide it back in so it locks the thing down and keeps it from dropping down too far. Once again, the 3 rolls. Inside of the conveyor, you can see the material is guided by 2 pieces of angle iron that they use to line up. Then now they fed the material up into the machine. The next piece is being fed out as well, and then it off and running at about 45 meters a minute. Material feeds up into the machine again, continues on down. Materials fed to the correct length, cut to length, conveyor runs faster than the in-feed mechanism. So now they're getting ready to cut the second part. The machine slows down. Off it comes. The customer complained about the belts being a little bit too slick, that they didn't grab the material well enough. And so, well, it looks like it's doing a good job here. Shear's up acting, of course. So the shear's moving up. Boom. The material comes down, slides down. See, there's some rods right there that support the material at the beginning. It's a little bit different than on a single high. You have to have those rods in there to keep the material from banging in to the other set of rollers and causing them damage. Boom, boom, boom. You'll see there's the serpentine chain. The customer said they've had nothing but problems with that in the beginning, and Dan McDonald came out and put some compression collars on. That's what those orange things were a second ago. You can rewind and look at it if you want to. Close up with the shear. Really cheap way to build a shear. Should save you a lot of money, Eric, that you can pass on to me. Material runs out. Underneath that shows the hydraulic unit. Really, actually, I think a really good piece of engineering. it pushes at an angle, but that causes the unit to rotate up, which probably is never going to show again because I'm trying to videotape it. Fine. We'll see if I can grab some more coverage of close-ups of that here. That roller that you saw in the center there, just for a second, but that roller holds down right there, holds down. The encoder's underneath, and that keeps it from getting damaged. That's the in-feed mechanism. It's pretty lousy. Serpentine chain again. You see the compression collars there, okay? Those are the orange things, and then also there is another steel piece, and what that does is it gives more grip. So there's actually more drive on the top and the bottom of those. By using those compression collars, you're getting drive down to the bottom shaft as well as the top shaft. So the chain is driving the top shaft, and then you go down to the bottom shaft, and you get you're able to get some drive as well. There's the drive motor. I could not get in there, of course, as you can see. It's so jammed to see what it was, but the frame is really light. It looks to me like it's 2x6 tube. That's it. It looks like it's 2x6 tube, and nothing seems to be precision ground, but it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it, that would be the case, that nothing would be precision ground on it. But it looks like it's simply laid in there. So material up in the machine, up the conveyor. There's a long piece, about the longest piece they ran.